These are the 5 mistakes are making you spend more money on food. Hello, my name is Dulce. I'm a board-certified holistic nutritionist, and today I want to talk about something that most people don't connect to health, but it has a huge impact on your well-being: the way you grocery shop. Because it's not about how much you eat, it's also about how much you spend. And so many times we think that eating healthy is expensive. Most of my clients tell me, Dulce, I don't eat healthy because it's super expensive. I don't have the budget to spend that amount of money on food. But the reality is that we are making small mistakes that quietly drain our wallet every single week. And I'm saying this not only as a holistic nutritionist, but as a woman living in the United States, where a simple grocery run can feel like paying a mini rent. So being honest, these are 5 mistakes that are making you spend more money on food. And the best part is that every single one has a simple solution, I promise. So mistake number 1, going grocery shopping without a plan. This is a classic one. You go to the store super hungry, you don't have a list, you're not clear on what you are cooking this week. And suddenly your cart is full of snacks you don't need, just in case items, random sale products you won't actually use. And you walk out with $200 extra later. When you don't have a plan, you shop emotionally, and emotional shopping almost always costs more. That happens to me all the time, especially if I'm super hungry. So I would say, if you are planning to go to the supermarket, try to write down every single meal that you are going to prepare for the week. Or not every single meal, but at least 2 to 3 different meals or general ideas. That could be the excellent excuse to scroll on Instagram. So find 2 to 3 different recipes that you're interested in cooking this week, super easy to make. And from there, you make your list and you have your list ready to go to the supermarket and not expend extra money on that. So just spend 10 minutes before you leave the house and plan 3 to 4 base meals for the week. And also something super easy, your base formula, choose proteins you can reuse. For example, a whole chicken you can use for salads, tacos, soup, ground beef for 2 different meals, eggs for quick breakfast or simple dinners. What I think is that planning doesn't just save money to your pocket, it also reduces food waste, which is super important to take into account. The mistake number 2 is buying too many healthy packaged foods. And when I'm saying healthy, is healthy, quote unquote. This is where many women fall into the trap. Protein bars, keto snacks, gluten-free cookies or gluten-free whatever, high-protein yogurts, cold-pressed juices, that most of the time, cold-pressed juices come with a lot of sugar. The majority of the juice is apple juice or orange juices with extra green vegetables. But the majority of the content is just sugar. So my recommendation here is make your own juice or try to avoid those type of healthy snacks that they say that they're healthy, but actually they come with extra sugar and extra money, because you're not only buying the food or the meal itself, you're buying the package, you're buying the marketing. The industry is super intelligent and they know what to do. I'm saying this as a migrant who needs to save in her pocket as well. And yes, I understand. Some clients tell me that they're super convenient. Those packaged foods are convenient, but they're usually much more expensive than whole simple ingredients. So my recommendation here is that if you really don't have the time to prepare your foods or to meal plan, Try to have one or two of those snacks, or probably just one, and the rest of your meals, the rest of your foods or your snacks, just simple ingredients like boiled eggs are so easy to make. Boiled eggs, or fruit, you can just cut fruits like strawberries, you just need to wash them, or blueberries, or cucumbers, small little cucumbers, baby carrots, baby tomatoes. Those are great options just to grab and go. Vegetables with simple protein or simple fats, like a bunch of nuts or seeds. And also you can compare the difference between a large plain yogurt is cheaper than buying 6 individual high protein cups. Basic oats cost a fraction of a fit cereal, or dry beans are much cheaper than fancy organic. You don't need everything to have a wellness label on it. The foundation of healthy and budget-friendly diet is usually simple things like legumes, rice, potatoes, eggs, seasonal vegetables, simple proteins like chicken, meat. The less packaging, the less you pay. Mistake number 3, not checking what you already have at home in your fridge. This one seems small and super dumb, but it really adds up. But it adds up fast, super fast. How many times have you bought another bottle of mustard, an extra pin of ice cream, more rice, another bag of spinach, especially for me? I always bring extra greens for some reason. Duplicates lead to waste, and waste leads to money in the trash. Before you leave the house, open your fridge, open the freezer, check your pantry, take a picture of what you already have if needed. A lot of unnecessary spending comes from buying what you already have, what is already there. Mistake number 4, buying everything fresh and nothing frozen. There's this strong belief that everything must be fresh to be healthy, and that's not true. The truth is, frozen vegetables retain nutrients. They're usually cheaper, they last for months, they reduce waste, like frozen spinach, frozen broccoli, berries for smoothies. They're incredibly smart options. What usually happens is that you buy fresh vegetables with the best intentions. I understand you, I got you, but life gets busy, and 5 days later, they're wilted in the drawer. That's money thrown away. A combination of fresh and frozen is very smart strategy as well. So you can combine both. Sometimes I only have frozen vegetables and frozen fruits in my freezer, and I have nothing in my fridge because I don't have the time. Then I have the option that if I'm not going to cook for that week because I'm traveling or because I'm doing other stuff, then I have the option to have it on the freezer and they don't go bad. And mistake number 5, not having a plan for leftovers. Leftovers are great. They are not boring. They are smart budgeting, yes. They are smart budgeting. If every time you have leftovers, they sit in the fridge until they go bad, you are literally throwing away money. And the key is transformation. For example, roasted chicken becomes tacos the next day. Roasted vegetables becomes an omelette or a bowl, or cooked meat turns into a salad or salad bowl. Easy peasy. You can even freeze individual portions. When you start seeing leftovers as ingredients instead of repetition, your grocery budget changes dramatically. Just remember that eating healthy does not mean spending more. It means shopping smarter and making great decisions or more intelligent decisions. I always work with women who think they need expensive supplements, exotic superfoods, or imported specialty products, especially for those who live outside of the United States, because they see, for example, my videos and they see what I cook. But these ingredients are ingredients that I can only find, or they can only find here in the United States, and they can't find in another country. For example, if they are from Spain, I remember I have a client who were asking me, where can I find cottage cheese? We don't have cottage cheese here. And I was like, you don't need cottage cheese. You can find other type or other sources of protein. The difference is that we just need to adapt to the place, to the location where we are right now. Even for me, I like to cook more fresh vegetables, but there are certain fresh vegetables that I'm not able to find here in the United States. So I buy them frozen, or I just don't buy them and I swap it for something different. And I'm open to try different foods, different seasonal foods that are cheaper. I rarely go to the local farmers or farmers markets because they're usually more expensive. I totally get it. They are more fresh, they are more organic, local, and that is amazing. And if your budget allows to do that for 1 or 2 or 3 different foods, that is great. Go and support local companies. But if you don't have the budget, then go to those grocery stores that are more budget friendly. There is a grocery outlet. I like going to Trader Joe's. There is another called Aldi. Costco is a great option if you have a big family. We always go to Costco. I don't have a big family, but we eat a lot and we buy in bulk. But certain foods like vegetables and fruits, we don't buy them there because, except for the frozen ones, but not fresh, because we are only my husband and I. So we need to save money and we don't want the food to go bad. That's why we go to another grocery store like Trader Joe's or any other one, Walmart, and we just buy 1 or 2 apples per each person, 1 or 2 peaches. It just depends because we don't eat that much compared to a big family. So you need to adapt to what you are living in this moment. Another thing is set a clear weekly grocery budget. When you have a number in mind, you shop differently. At least that has happened to me. I have something in mind. When I go to Costco, for example, we go once a month. We try to spend no more than $250 between the both of us, because it's important to set that budget in advance. And we say, okay, this is what we're gonna spend in Costco. But I remember that last time we went, we had to buy extra things like something for the house, so we had to spend a little bit more, but at least we had something in mind, a budget previously set up, so we more or less have an idea on where are we gonna spend this time or the next time. And that is very clear, and that is very smart, that you have something in mind, you have a budget in mind before going to the grocery or to any supermarket. And I want to ask you something before we finish. Which of these mistakes do you think you make the most? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this topic, I can make a full video about how to build a healthy grocery list here on a budget in the United States. Also, if you need nutrition guidance, you can always schedule a 15-minute call with me. I leave the link down below. And it was a pleasure being with you. See you next week. Bye now.